So, Baba.
So, that's how we start stories, isn't it?
In a fun way.
Yeah.
Here the story begins.
Here the story begins. Goblins, goblins, goblins. The baby goblin was in a cave in the mountains. We've got to do something about these pixies. Gob, 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 gob. What can we do? We've tried so many things, haven't we? We're always trying. Yes, we didn't come up with the right plan. Gob, 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 goblins, gob, 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 goblins. We need some help. Well, we've tried getting help from trolls and from dragons. It's no good. No one can help us. Yes, and what about some magical help? We don't know one does magic. Oh, what about the Snow Witch? Goblins. Oh, the Snow Witch. Are you crazy? That's Sheila's friend, isn't it? Exactly. Now here's my plan. Goblins. Now, it's true that the Snow Witch and Sheila were good friends. And in fact, they talked to each other every day. Do you know how they did that?
No.
Well, the Snow Witch lived on the other side of the mountain, didn't she? So far away. But she had a little crystal. And this little crystal belonged to another little crystal that Sheila wore around her neck. And the Snow Witch could look into this crystal, and she could see Sheila and talk to her through it. And the two of them could talk together, and they could share stories and jokes and show each other what they were wearing that day. And it was so nice. Now, the Snow Witch was just talking to Sheila, and she said, "Okay, Sheila, have a lovely day." When suddenly she heard, "Gob, gob, 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 goblins, goblins." And it was summertime. This was the time of year when the Snow Witch was not so magical. But actually, there was one thing, that she put all of her magic into her house. And when she was close to her house, she could do amazing magic, but without her house, she couldn't do too much. And she came outside, and she saw there were goblins on the mountainside. "Goblins, how dare you come at me like this? What do you want? Go home, all of you." "No, you're going to help us get Sheila." "Of course I won't do that. Have you gone crazy?" "Just you wait and see. Look at this." And then down the hill came rolling the biggest, slimiest, dirtiest ball of mud you had ever seen. It started like a little ball of mud in their hand, and they rolled it bigger and bigger and bigger like a snowball. And they slapped more dirt on it, they slapped more mud on it until it grew really big. And the goblins pushed the mud ball down the hill, and down it rolled. Boom, 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 straight toward the Snow Witch's house, which at this time of year, in the summertime, was made of flowers. Were in the spring. In the summertime, it was made of
Berries.
berries. That's right. One wall of lingonberries, one wall of raspberries, one wall of blueberries.
And some of those are berries.
Yeah, and one wall of strawberries. But down came this huge mud ball, and the Snow Witch grabbed Linny, wow, and ran out of the house as the mud ball came crashing down and smashed into the house, smashing it into lots of tiny berry pieces. Blah, red and blue and green juice going everywhere. "Gob, gob, goblins, gob, goblins," the goblins called. And the Snow Witch said, "Huh." And her first thought was to reach for the branch of a tree so that she could fly away and get help. But she looked around, and all the trees had been set on fire by the goblins. What? There was smoke rising everywhere. and losing her house and losing like all the trees and forest around her like
She
that.
didn't lose Lenny.
No, she was holding Lily tight. And the Snow Witch simply couldn't take it. Oh, she said. She fell down crying.
But
And the goblins ran in and they tied her up with long ropes made from thorns and stinging nettles. That's how mean they were. And when they had her all tied up, they said, "Gob, gob, 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 goblins," said the baby goblin. "Now, Snow Witch, you are going to make some magic for us." "No, I won't. Of course I won't." "Oh, yes, you will, or we'll never let you go. Yes, we want you to come over the mountain with us, and we want you to turn the whole forest into ice. That's what you do, isn't it? You do snow and ice magic. Gob, 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 goblins, 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 goblins. I won't do it. I won't do it, I say. Oh, no.
they didn't know that she'd made only flowers and stuff.
They didn't know. They thought, in springtime she could do that kind of magic, can't she? But they said, "You won't, you can't, or you won't." And then she said, I tell you what, maybe I could help you, but I need to look into my crystal to get some of my power back. "Oh, it's a trick." "Oh, well, if you don't want me to help." "Oh, I don't like. Here you go, here you go." And they passed the crystal over to her. And she looked in the crystal until she could see Sheila. She said, "Sheila, help! The goblins have me!" "Oh, it's a trick!" And they snatched it away from her. But Sheila heard the message. Her crystal glowed, and she picked it up, and she saw the Snow Witch inside, saying, "Sheila, help! The goblins have me!" And then she saw the green faces of the goblins. "The goblins? Oh no, but she's so far away. I mean, she lives on the other side of the mountain. How can I go and help her?"
Shiny.
Yes, Gugu came along and she said, Gugu told Gugu everything that had happened. And Gugu said, "Ask Shiny for help." "Of course." And she picked up the horn that she always carried in her belt and blew it. The rainbow came across the sky down to her, and Shiny came sliding down the rainbow. And Shiny said, which meant, "Hey, get on." And so Sheila and Gugu climbed on the back of Shiny, and she made another amazing rainbow through the sky. Whoosh! And they slid over the rainbow and down through the circle of burning trees and smoke, and all the berries smashed up on the floor, and down they rode on top of the baby goblin, and Shiny gave the goblin a good kick. Poof! And the baby goblin went tumbling down the hill. And they grabbed the Snow Witch and they grabbed Lily and rode the rainbow back over to Sheila's forest. And they got there and Sheila said, "There you go, you're safe now." "Oh yes, thank you, Sheila," said the Snow Witch. "You've saved me. And thank you, Shiny, you did save the day. But I've lost my house, Sheila, and all of my magic is in it." And Sheila said, "Snow Witch, I don't think that's true, you know." "What?" "All of your magic. It's not in your house. It's in your heart." And the Snow Witch put her hand on her heart, and she could feel Sheila's love. She said, "Yes, you're right." She said, "I'm going to go back there, and when the goblins have left, I'm going to build a new house. Hooray! And I'll build the house in the autumn, and it'll be made of beautiful, colourful leaves. And then in the winter, when I turn my house into ice and snow and I'm strong again, I'm going to teach those goblins a lesson they'll never forget." And meanwhile, the goblins out outside the mountains. "Gob, gob, goblin, 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 I can't believe it. She'd have cheated with that unicorn. Ah! Come on, everybody, let's go home." And it was a long walk over the mountains back to the caves.
Then they saw the Snow Witch make a new house.
Oh, they didn't stay until then. They had to go home, you see. They had to go back and get some more mud cakes and things. And The Snow Witch stayed with Sheila for a little while, had a little holiday there until the goblins had left. And then she rode back where the rainbow was shiny back to her other side of the mountain, and she put a hand on her heart and used her magic to make a beautiful house as autumn was starting, made of wonderful red and yellow and brown leaves.
Did you like the house, Sheila?
Yeah. And Sheila also stayed there for a little bit, had a little holiday there.
Did she put a little flower in the top, Sheila?
Yes, probably she did. And then, in the winter, the Snow Witch
Made
a plan to teach the goblins a
Hey,
lesson.
hey, our plan. They dropped the goblins, but in the mountain they made a shield of ice to stop them to get out.
That could be a good one. We'll find out tomorrow night.
Can we do that story tomorrow?
Yeah.